Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Piece of New York. Today we find ourselves in Flatiron and we've come to Eataly for Restaurant Fest. Now, the first Eataly was opened in 2007 by Italian businessman Oscar Farinetti. And he opened it in an abandoned vermouth factory. So when he was opening up in the vermouth factory, he actually wanted a place that was going to be like a European open market, where there would be a Whole Foods supermarket. There would also be tremendous food vendors, as well as an education center, which they have in here. So you can take a number of different classes, from pasta making, pizza making, whatever you're looking for that really can help you get some more knowledge with the Italian culture. Now, this location actually opened up in 2010, and when it opened up in 2010, it was such a big deal that Michael Bloomberg came and praised the opening of it because it added 300 new jobs to New York City. Now, this is the old toy building that they have here in Flatiron, and the space is over 50,000 square feet. They have another location as well in downtown at the World Trade Center. Now, since 2010, they've grown across the world, having locations in Asia, South America, North America, obviously, and Europe as well. So let's go inside, check it out, and see what they're all about. First impression, I have to say, if you've never been to Eataly, especially in New York City, you have to come to this place. Now, even though they're a global franchise that has restaurants all over the world, the one here specifically in Flatiron has a different feel than the other Eatalys that we have been to in the past. As a matter of fact, you can catch the one that we went to right here, which was in Italy. They also have one down at the World Trade Center, which is a little bit different than the one they do have up here. But they have a number of different restaurants here. They have another booth that serves a tremendous prime rib sandwich. They have great gelato. They have coffee stands. On top of that, they have education centers where when we walked in, we could see the people at a pasta making class. Where we're at today is at La Pizza and La Pasta, and we've come for the Restaurant Fest that they are having here. And what is Restaurant Fest? Restaurant Fest is Eataly's spin on Restaurant Week. Across the board, they have a lot of great things that you can experience here when you are at Eataly. So if you find yourself in Flatiron, I recommend coming here for not just the food, but also the vibrant atmosphere that you can experience as well. First up is the Carpi Etartupa, which is the guilty pleasure. A nice sliced rustic piece of bread. Check it out right there. Cheers. So there's a number of different flavors coming at you when you do get this, with the combination of the salty meat as well as the creamy cheese. It had a slight acidic flavor to it, and then you have the crispiness of that rustic bread as well. And then on top of that, the artichoke, marinated, delicious. This is a very tasty guilty pleasure, if you will. Don't regret it at all. Fantastic. Next up, the Zucchini Fritters with the lemon. Make sure you get the lemon on top of that. Look at this guy. Delicious. Cheers. This belongs on the guilty pleasure menu. This was fantastic. The creaminess inside this zucchini fritter was just sweet. It was delicious. The aroma coming off the zucchini fritters as well was fantastic. And then the crispiness of the outside breading, they really knocked it out of the park on this one. I kind of wish I had a big, massive plate of this instead of this small, tiny appetizer, because I could eat probably a dozen of these right now and be satisfied. Next up, the Bruschetta. Ooh, pesto, the peas, the cheese, all of that looks so damn good. It smells like I'm just walking through a farm with all the delicious vegetables around me, taking in that aroma. Cheers. So the fresh olive oil that they're pouring on these bad boys definitely adds to the flavor, or brings out the other flavors of the ingredients. So you have the freshness of the pesto, just sweet, and then you also have the creaminess of this cheese, the rustic bread. Together, between the three that we ordered, I usually like bruschetta as my number one, but I have to say, their zucchini fritters knocked it out of the park. That was one of the tastiest things I've had in weeks. And you know us, ladies and gentlemen, we're always going to places around the city, but I could not eat enough of those. This was solid as well. It was good. It was satisfying. but I think the zucchini fritter that's really what you're looking for. I could also use, when it comes to bruschetta, I like slices or dices of tomato on there as well because it adds a little bit more sweetness to it. I wish this was a little bit more sweet. I'm not upset about it. First up is the Basili e pancetta. Cheers. The dominating flavor of this pizza is the saltiness of the pancetta. The pancetta added a great crispiness texture that contrasts the chewiness of the dough. Now the dough is fantastic. The dough, because it's not like the it's not like a margarita pie. It's a white pie. It's going to cook a lot faster, so it's not going to have the dark charred crust that the margarita is going to have. I thought there was going to be a little bit sweeter because I thought the sweet pea puree was really going to bring out the sweetness, and then we were going to have a type of sweet and salty pizza pie. But the crispiness, the crispy salty pancetta is really the dominating flavor in this. Couldn't even really taste the basil too much either, but you got a hint of sharpness with the pecorino, a delicious bread covering it. So I'm not upset with this because I do like salty dishes. I like salty foods. If you enjoy salty foods, this might be the choice for you. Next up is the margarita. As we discussed with the margarita, because it is a tomato pie, the sauce is a little bit thicker, so it's going to be charred on the outside. It's going to cook a little bit longer. Now, when I'm saying a little bit longer, you got to understand that Neapolitan pizzas, they're going to be cooking for 60, 90 seconds, really 2 minutes tops when it does come to cooking, because it's being cooked in a coal or a wood fire oven. So here we go with the margarita pie. Making sure I'm grabbing some of that buffalo mozzarella on here, throwing that on there. This is such a soft pizza dough, by the way. Cheers. The sweetness of the tomato sauce is really what is needed on the pie that we just had. I will say, the tomato added a little bit of bitterness also as well to this pizza. The mozzarella was delicious. It was creamy, but it was sweet, and then it turned a little bit sour on me as I was taking more and more bites into the pie, which was actually kind of shocking to the margarita pizza. I thought this was good. I think the move to add a little bit more sweetness to our first pizza is to take some of that tomato sauce, put it on that salty pie, and then you're going to have that sweet and salty contrast that I was looking for with the pizzas. They're two different pies, so I'm not sure which one I would rank one above the other. I am happy with both options. This was a very good pie, so was that. The quality of the crust was great. So 2 thumbs up right now for Restaurant Fest here in Italy. Well, we're doing what we said we were going to do. We're making the super sandwich. It's everything we thought it'd be. Everything we thought it'd be. All the ingredients coming together. Saltiness of the pancetta, the sweetness and the bitterness of the tomato sauce. If you're coming here and you're coming with someone, make sure you both get this and then combine them together, because this was the move. Both these pies alone were very good. Together, they were great. Amazing. Well, folks, that concludes our day here at Restaurant Fest in Italy, down in Flatiron. And I have to say, as great as those pizzas were, I think the zucchini fritters were actually number one. Now, if you really want your mind blown, what they should have done was they should have taken that delicious crispy pancetta and thrown them in the zucchini fritters. Hot damn, that would have been fantastic. Overall, though, it was a great experience, and if you've never been here before, I know I mentioned it, they have a ton of great restaurants that you can go to as well, aside from La Pizza and La Pasta that you can experience here, and the atmosphere is always vibrant, always great. I think before I go into a food coma, I'm going to have to grab an espresso, really enjoy a nice cup of coffee, and then head out into the city. And from everyone here over at A Piece of New York, we just want to say thank you for the views. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you like the content, give us a subscribe, and we hope you have a great day and a better week. Take it easy, y'all. Bye.